Right. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for jumping on the Boss Mama team sort of Q&A. And really, this is just an opportunity for us to kind of have a boutique kind of training session just for our little team. It obviously, we still like to use team freestyle training on a Monday night as our main team training. There's a start strong section from 7 to 8 for all newbies on a Monday night, and then 8 to 9 is whole team. That is still the main team training, and there's also team freedom training run by Lorian today at 11:30 of a Tuesday, every Tuesday at 11:30. So both of those are the main team trainings, but this is really just for us, right? So that we can connect, we can have some Q&A, but also I just want to kind of cover off maybe some of the things that don't often get talked about in the main group training, just to help newbies get started and understand things. And I'm really open to adding in things to this every week that we could cover that you think would benefit you or benefit your team. So feel free to let me know what's out there that you're hearing that people might need help with, and that's exactly what this is for. We're just going to tailor it for exactly our team and what they need. So I think this morning I really wanted to get started with our customer genealogy report. So we get emailed that every single Monday, and you're probably thinking, why do I get this every single Monday? It sometimes doesn't change a great deal, but the reason that we get a Monday update is kind of just to jog our memories to take care of our customers and keep in touch with them. It doesn't mean that you have to contact them every week, because we know that can get quite annoying, but it's good just to look over that report to see what's happening with your customers. So just to run through what the genealogy report kind of looks like, I've just printed off mine, and what you can see is you have your customer names. So you probably can't see mine, but on your report you'll see your customer names and their address, their city, and all that sort of information, their phone number. So that's a really great contact list for you, that if ever you want to send your customers a little thank you, or when you do want to give them a phone call, you've got their number there. And then in the next column, you start to see what they're on. So you'll see like CRs and 4-1s and then the dates. So basically the 4-1 is like they're on 4 monthly installments. The shipment date is when their next shipment is due. So you can take a look at that and you can see when their next product's due out, and just be mindful that when it's getting close to time that you're checking in with them to see if they have actually used all their product and if they're ready for a next shipment, because the last thing that we want is product to go out to customers when they don't need it. That's the number one reason why people cancel, is because they've received a second shipment and now they're overstocked and they're frustrated. So to avoid that cancellation or that frustration, the beauty about Juice Plus is we can postpone the next shipment, which means basically we can put it on pause until they're ready. And I really advise all of my customers, rather than cancelling an order, why don't we just pause it until you're ready? I'll check in with you again and then we'll reship it then. So then they really feel like it's not a full-on commitment. It's not always going to come to them, and I can make it completely flexible for them just by checking in with them first. The next thing you'll actually see, there's a little column beside the next shipment date, and it's got like a lot of letters. You'll either see A, R, C's, or D's. So an A means that it's active. Basically, it's an active order. And R means that you've reset the shipment date. So that's where, like I said before, you've spoken to the customer, they're not ready for the product and they've decided to delay it. That means that the reshipment date has been reset, basically. So an R means that you've just changed the next shipment date. A C means that they've cancelled their order. And that does happen to all of us, don't worry. I've definitely had customers over the time cancel it, and that's fine. I've had a chat to them. I've sort of done a bit of an exit survey. to find out, you know, what it was in the beginning that they were after, you know, what happened for them, why they deciding to cancel. And, you know, if I can help, you know, save that customer, I will. But at the end of the day, you know, obviously I'm going to say, look, I'm really sorry you didn't get what you want out of it, or that this happened, and maintain the relationship. So we definitely get C's, and that's okay. But the fact is that we're always trying to add a few customers every month to our business, so that when that happens, it's not so bad. We've got new customers as well. But we always trying to keep our customers happy. The other thing that you'll see is a D, and a D is a declined payment. So that means that either their credit card has changed or their debit card has changed, and head offices are trying to charge the old card and they haven't got the new card, or there's insufficient funds. So what you want to be doing is, when you get that report on a weekly basis, I'd actually be looking at it to see if you see any Ds. And if you see any Ds show up, that's actually the time to contact your customer, or even to contact head office and say, hey, I just noticed that Tony, for example, Tony Lawrence has a D on my customer genealogy report. Could you have a look at that payment, please, and tell me what's happened? And they'll go into the notes of that payment for that customer, and they'll tell you exactly what's happened. So they'll have notes there that say, we tried to charge the installment on such and such a date, and it said card declined. So then you know, okay, well, I'll check in with Tony and I'll ask her, hey, Tony, I don't know if you're aware, but, you know, your payment for Juice Plus hasn't gone through this month. I just wanted to check in and make sure that you were aware. You might not have noticed. Some people don't notice, right? Like, I certainly, when I have direct debits come out of my account, I generally, you know, every month just let them go. And because there's so much happening for everyone and every family, that we don't often see when things don't come out. So it's a courtesy just to say, look, I don't know if you realise that it hasn't gone through. And they'll say, oh, look, I didn't even know. And just say, no worries. Have you changed your card at all? Or maybe changed, you know, because some people, you know, their credit card could be frauded. They might have to change their card and get reissued a new card. Or there might be insufficient funds. So you just say, look, I don't know if you've changed your card or if you realise, but I'd love to help, you know, fix that up for you. And they'll take a look and they'll say, oh, look, you know, whatever the case may be, if they have changed their card, then you can get the new card details and you can call head office for them and update it. Okay, they can always call head office themselves if they want to, and you can give them their number for them to do it, but you can also take care of it for them. The other thing is, if there's insufficient funds, then go, yep, no worries. Cash flow is always an issue in my family too, with so much going out. When's the next date that Juice Plus could charge that card for that installment, and find out the date that it's going to suit them, and then call head office and say, look, I've spoken to the customer. Tony said that if you charge it on, you know, Friday, there'll be funds in there. So they'll go and make a note in the file and they'll try and make that payment again on Friday. And then, you know, just keep an eye out on that customer to see if that's happened. So really the benefit of checking for those declined payments is, one, you know, we're looking after our customers, because I know there's nothing worse that when I've missed a direct debit and it's gone into the next month, I'm then paying for the next month and the month before all at once. So that really screws up my own cash flow for my family. So I think of that for them as well, and think they'll probably want to get that sorted as soon as possible so that they're not double paying next month. So that's one thing to think about, put yourself in their shoes. And the other thing too is that, you know, we really want to look after our company as well, because Juice Plus has shipped 4 months worth of supply to them and allowing them to pay it off. And if we've communicated that well with our customers, that it is a 4 monthly installment for the 4 month supply of product that you get, then that's a commitment that the customer does need to pay that product off. Otherwise, there's a lot of, you know, written off debt by Juice Plus, which we want to avoid, because, you know, we want the company to be profitable so we can be profitable. Okay. And at the end of the day, having a lot of outstanding payments is not a great situation for our business or their business. So I think if everyone can just keep on top of their customer genealogy report, The purpose of getting it weekly is so that we can be looking at it and seeing how our customers are going, and also to be checking in with them. And again, don't need to do it weekly, but picking up the phone every now and again. Maybe in the beginning it's every couple of weeks, and then after that it might just be once a month. And then before a week's shipment's due, just really checking in and making sure that they're actually ready for the next shipment. And if they're not, you can pause it, you can delay it. There's lots of options that they don't need to cancel it, okay? It's very flexible. We want to keep our customers happy. We want to support our customers, so we can definitely change all of that for them to suit them, okay? Same if they're going on holidays or anything like that. You know, you can pause the next shipment, you can delay it and all that sort of stuff. So that's the customer genealogy report. Did anyone have any questions about that? Raise your hand if you've got any questions about it. No? Okay, cool. All right. Well, the next thing I sort of wanted to move on to was I'm just going to do a bit of a share screen so you can see my screen, and we'll see if this works. Share screen. Okay, can everyone see my Facebook page? Yeah, okay, cool. So really what I wanted to do was, you know, for new people getting started, I kind of wanted to help navigate all of our groups and what they are. So I know basically the main groups that I think most people should be using for their business when they're getting started is Team Freestyle. So JP Team Freestyle, and I'll just move to that page right now. Okay, this is Adam's team, basically. So Adam sits under Linda. Linda is Team Spirit, and Adam is Team Freestyle, okay? So Adam, because he's obviously been in the business a lot longer than me, he's put together an amazing support group for our team that hosts a lot of the information that's really important when you get started. Okay, so what you can see is the pin post here at the top, and that's been put up by Lauren Berry, who's one of the NMDs in our team, if you don't know who Lauren Berry is. And if you click on continue reading in that pin post, just waiting for my screen to load. Okay, there it is. You can see that she's got the system that works, and she's got a lot of videos, okay, on you know, how to take interest and turn into a customer, dealing with objections, how to follow up after an event. So there's lots of videos that you can watch in the beginning to help you get started. Okay, there's also lots of recorded events that you can share. There's also the training and events links to save. So for Monday night's training, like I said before, the Start Strong at 7 p.m. There's the link that you can find for that every single week. And this is something that you might want to save into your phone. Okay, the next one is the 8 p.m. Team training, which is like the whole team training. And then there's lots of other of Freestyle's weekly business events as well. So if you wanted to check out some of those events or invite to, they're there as well. Okay, so that's the pin post, and there's great links to building your belief on the industry, excuse me, the rise of the entrepreneur, Jim Rohn, how to build your network marketing business, GoPro, all those great belief building around the industry and personal development stuff is in there as well. Okay, so the pinned post is really key to go and find information. The other great area too is the files section. Okay, so if you click on the files section in Freestyle, You see a great deal of information. I know Jo was talking earlier. She's already gone in and downloaded the scripts and marketing to really help with conversations about the product and conversations about the business. So definitely advise that you download that and print that out and you use that in your conversations. I still use scripts, right? To this day, I still stick to the scripts because they work. It helps you say a little to attract attention and get interest, and it helps you to invite really well without, spewing too much on people, which is really easy to do because we get excited by what we do, that we tend to overshare. So that really helps people pull it back a little bit, create interest, and then invite. So either invite to take a closer look at the product or invite to take a closer look at the business. The other great thing in here that I wanted to share is some examples of DMOs. Okay, so you can see there's a great DMO PDF in there. There's also some information about customer care, your 30 by 30 grid worksheet. Okay, so these things are really, really great tools when you're getting started. And, I still use my 30 by 30 grid. I still use my scripts. So it's still really useful information no matter where you are at in the business. What else is good in here? There's also, just going to scroll down. Sorry, I'm trying to find it. Here we go, back up here. The first 2 weeks of posts example. Okay, Jackie Bruggeman's put that together, and that's a really great PDF to help people with, what should I be posting on my Facebook? If posting on Facebook and sharing your lifestyle hasn't been something that you've done in the past and it's really quite unnatural, then this document is really great to give you an idea of what to post, what to share, what's going to create inspiration and create interest. So that's a great one for new people to start using and get used to sharing on Facebook and get into that habit and to know what sort of things to share. So your first 2 weeks of posts in Team Freestyle is really great to use. Okay. The next group that I wanted to take a look at too is Team Freedom. So Team Freedom is Lorian's team group. So Lorian is my upline, my NMD upline, and Adam is his NMD upline. So again, Lorian's been in the business longer than me, and he's put together a great team page for our team, which you guys are all part of, Freestyle and Freedom. And so he also has a pin post that you can see here. And this is where it's great, again, to start and have a look. He's also done a great getting started video that really maps out how to get started well in the business. So a lot of these links are repeated from Freestyle. A lot of them are the same, but you can find them again here. You'll also see some of our own recorded events. So Boss Mumma's The Great Escape on Tuesday, they will be in here. And just if I scroll down to the bottom, I'm sorry if I'm hurting your eyes here by going quickly, but you can see that is Lorian's video. It goes for about 40 minutes, and it just helps people who are just getting started in their business, what are the key things to get started in. So I really suggest everyone who's getting started to go and watch that video and take some notes, because Lorian really breaks down, the first couple of months in the business and how to get started really strong. So that's a great video to go and watch. And then Lorian also has a great files section in Team Freedom. So if I click on the files again, okay, and Lorian's put some different information in here. So he's got the first 2 weeks of posts as well. He's also got the scripts and marketing and the DMO. So you can see a lot of these things are the same because they're all really important for everyone. Okay, so I'd really recommend that everyone go and have a look at those files, download them, and definitely start using them. You don't have to start using all of them at once because that might be a little bit of overload, but definitely have them there, and when you're ready, to take the next step, then open the next document and read through it. The other great thing that Lorian has actually done for our team, he's done a starter guide. So that's starter guide here, module 1, okay? And then you can go down further and see module 2, module 3, and module 4. So what I love about the starter guide is it really breaks down getting started in our business for new people in modular sections. So you don't feel like you're overwhelmed by getting started all at once. So really important for new team starting and for people starting new team to not get overwhelmed or overwhelm your team. Try and break it down because there's a lot of information and people can get very overwhelmed. That if we just started with starter guide module 1 and even starter guide module 2, that's enough in the beginning. And then over time, we can show them more of these documents. We can work through 3 and work through 4. And you'll find that working through those progressions of the modules, you'll actually get to cover a lot of this information anyway in a great progression. So you won't feel overwhelmed with everything all at once. You can just take it step by step, okay? So that's really important, the module of the starter guides. So the next sort of thing that I wanted to cover is launching your business. Okay, so that's really something that we try and get new team to do in the first few weeks of getting started in their business. The reason that we suggest doing a launch is that, you know, I might take it off share now. Okay. The reason that we suggest people launch is basically if you start a business, any traditional business, you don't really go and start it quietly. So for example, if I was to go and open a cafe, I wouldn't just go and open a cafe and tell no one. Okay. I would open a cafe, I'd get started, and then as soon as I can, I'd host a launch. And I tell as many people as I can about my cafe so they can come and support me. If they know anyone at the area, they might share it with them so that they come and support me and they know that I'm in business, okay? I wouldn't do it quietly. I'd tell everyone I knew. So Juice Plus is no different, okay? It's definitely not that we want to rope people in or that we want to sign people up, but we just want to tell everyone what we're doing. Okay, so we want to let them know that we've started an online business, that we're really excited, that we get to help people, we want to share this, and we invite all of our friends and family to come and take a look and support us, okay? But it's definitely not that we're trying to sign all of our friends and family up. We kind of just want to let them know so that they can support us and they know what we're doing. And if they know of anyone that might be interested in either the business or the products, that they can send them our way. No different to having a cafe, okay? I would want my friends and family, if they're buying a cup of coffee, to buy it from me, or if they know friends that are going out for a cup of coffee, they come and see me, okay? It's exactly the same in this business. So that's the purpose of a launch. And the reason that we do it in the beginning is because we want to get started strong, and it's no different to traditional business. We want to let as many people know as possible that we've started a business, and that's the same with the launch. So we share in our team, you know, inviting and how to invite. We also have great scripts for inviting. So I definitely advise that you reach out to your support crew, which is your upline, right? And ask them, how do I launch? What do I send? Who do I invite? They'll give you all that information, okay? We've all launched our business, so we know what we did, we know what works, and we'll just share that with you. Okay, and then what happens at a launch is you don't really need to do anything. We might just get you to share your product story, okay, and that's covered in module 1 or module 2 of the starter guide, so you'll have covered all of that already. So your product story is just, why did Juice Plus make sense to you? Why did you get started? What have you noticed or experienced already? And what are you excited about? And if you don't have a story yet, which is fine, because for everyone it takes time for the products to actually do anything or make a change. So maybe you might just share, you know, another person's story that got you interested, that you're hoping for, okay? So you can always share that story. And if you need help building your story, again, that's what your support crew is there for. They can help you build that personal story. So that's all we might get you to do. But if you're really nervous about sharing, we're not going to make you do anything you don't want to do, okay? We recommend it, but you don't have to do it. We'll still run the launch. We'll still talk about you, and we'll do everything for you, and your friends can either just log in to the online Zoom, or we can have a live launch where you can invite people to come, and we'll just run our business event and our product event as we normally would, just to share and talk about it, and that's it. You know, we don't come out with sign-up sheets at the end and scare everyone off. It's just, this is Juice Plus. These are the amazing products and program. This is the business, and thanks everyone for coming. And that's a launch. So it's really super simple. Live ones are really fun, I've got to say. We've done quite a few live ones in our team, and they're really fun. They're interactive. It's very low key. And usually it's just a fun social gathering with either yummy food, or sometimes we've done wine, depending on, you know, what your crowd is like. We can do anything. You can have it at home. You can have it at a cafe. You can have it at a playground. Like, there's really no hard and fast rules about a launch. I think the funner, the better. The more interactive, the better. But that's just me. I love catching up with people and being social. So that's launching. What are we for time? It's 10:06. So I don't want our team training to go on too long. I do want to open it up just for questions now, and see if anyone has any questions out there that we could help with. So I'll take everyone off mute. All right. So does anyone sort of have any questions? Everyone's silent. No questions out there today.
That was really good.
Who's that? Is that Sam?
That's Sam, I think.
Yeah. I only just jumped on at about 10. I think about 10 to 10, quarter to 10 mark. But that was awesome.
Awesome. Thanks, Sam.
Good.
I think you know, next week I want to sort of, I don't want our team training to go on too long, but next week I'd like to kind of touch on the first 3 promotions and what you need for those promotions, and just try and keep it nice and succinct and simple. But I really do want to give everyone an opportunity to ask a question, or to cover a subject that they need help with, because that's the whole point of this little boutique Q&A, that we can cover stuff that's really relevant for you and your business.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Definitely.
Awesome. All right. Well, I guess if no one has any questions, we'll all go about doing our thing.
What do you think about like on the Wednesday having like maybe, what time did we decide for the training now? What time was it? 3:30 or? We're
looking to move it to 2:30 of an afternoon on a Wednesday. Is that going to suit everyone who's on here?
I was going to say, most of the school people it won't.
Yeah, that would be hard for me.
Yeah.
What I was thinking, Kate, like I'm happy to still run the 9:30 one.
Yep.
Like, so we've got like the 2 options.
Yeah.
On the Wednesday, because like it does work a bit better for me, the morning one.
Okay.
So I don't know, I just had that thought before. I was like, I'm happy to, if we want to have the 2 time slots. And
yeah, well that might be an idea. We could set up like a weekly format that we kind of stick to, and then open up to Q&A, and you know, maybe you and Nat might want to run the morning one, and Jess and I will run the afternoon one.
Yeah. That sounds good.
Yeah. And then we can both record it and share it for the people that really just can't make it on.
Yeah.
Does that sound like a good plan for everyone? Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Awesome.
Yep.
All right. Well, that sounds like a plan. Next week we'll have 2 time slots, 9:30 with Sam and Nat, and 2:30 with Kate and Jess. And you can pick which one you want to jump into. The team can also pick, and at the end of the day, if they can't make it, we'll record it and share it. Awesome. All right. Well, thanks for jumping on, guys. It was so nice to chat to you. I hope that you got some value out of that. And definitely open to taking your questions even ahead of Tuesday, and we'll add it into the training, what you need covered. So, feel free to say, hey, having a challenge with this, or could you cover this? I don't quite understand it, or I just need some more information about it. We can do that.
Yep.
All right, sweet. Well, everyone have a great Wednesday.
Thank you.
We'll see you.
You too. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, guys.